Quick, picture your second birthday. Your very first steps. The first time you ever tasted ice cream. Nothing, right? There's a giant blank where the first few years of your life should be. And it's not just you. Almost nobody can remember anything from before about age 3. Psychologists even have a name for it: childhood amnesia. And here's what makes it genuinely strange. Those missing years were the busiest, most information-packed years of your entire life. In that blank stretch, you learned to see properly, to walk, to recognize faces, and to turn a wall of random noise into actual language. You will never learn that fast again. So you'd think those huge, dramatic milestones would be burned in forever. Instead, gone. The single most eventful chapter of your life, and the tape is blank. Now, before we go further, it's not that baby you couldn't form memories at all. Babies clearly remember things. A baby knows its mom's face, remembers where a toy is hidden, learns the bedtime routine. Short term, the memory system is clearly working. In fact, some of what you learned back then never left. You just can't picture learning it. You kept the how and lost the what. So the real mystery isn't why you didn't make memories. It's why they didn't stick, or why you can't get them back. Let's open up the theories. Heads up, this is still being actively figured out, so hold all of it loosely. The first big idea: the filing cabinet wasn't finished being built. Deep in your brain sits the hippocampus, the little librarian in charge of filing away long-term memories. And in a baby, that librarian is still very much under construction. The wiring for stashing durable, findable memories just isn't finished yet. On top of that, a baby's brain is sprouting brand new neurons faster than at any other time in life. And here's a wild hypothesis. All that furious rewiring might actually scramble the early memories. Picture trying to shelve books in a library while the builders are still knocking down walls and bolting on whole new wings. Things get lost. This one mostly comes from animal studies, so a big asterisk on it. The second idea is all about words. Before you had language, you had no real way to file an experience as a little story. Words are the labels on the folders. Without them, an event happens, it's vivid in the moment, and then there's nothing written on the tab and nothing to search for later. The third idea might be the strangest of all. Baby, you didn't fully have a you yet. A stable sense of self, the feeling that this is happening to me, only really shows up around 18 to 24 months. You can actually test for it. That's roughly when a toddler realizes the baby in the mirror is them, and not some other kid. Before that, there's no clear eye to pin the memories onto. So put it all together. A baby's experiences are real and rich in the moment. They're just not being written down in that "this happened to me" format your adult self knows how to read back. But here's the plot twist, and it's a recent one. The memories might actually still be in there. In experiments with mice, scientists found forgotten infant memories that they could switch back on artificially. The memory wasn't erased. It was stored, just unreachable. Mice, not people. So, asterisk again. And newer brain scans of human babies suggest their hippocampus really is recording events, even at just a few months old. Which flips the whole thing. Maybe the library isn't empty. You've just lost the index cards that say where everything is. Okay, now for the fun, slightly unsettling part. Your earliest memory? There's a very good chance it's fake. Not that you're lying. Your brain reconstructed it. Out of a photo you've seen 100 times, an old home video, a story a relative loves to tell. And it quietly stitches all of that into a first-person memory, complete with sights and feelings you never actually experienced. It feels completely real. It is, basically, a very confident forgery. It's exactly why two siblings will each swear, to their graves, that the same funny family disaster happened to them. There's another twist. The blank spot actually moves. Little kids can recall things from age 2, but as they grow up, those same early memories quietly fade out. The amnesia catches up with them. And this isn't some weird human bug. Rats, mice, and plenty of other animals show their own version of infantile amnesia. It looks like a basic feature of how any young brain grows up. Culture even shapes where your blank ends. Kids whose families constantly reminisce, "Remember when we went to the beach," tend to have earlier first memories. Remembering, it turns out, is partly a skill you're taught. So how far back is normal? For most adults, the earliest solid memory lands around age 3 or 3.5, with maybe a few fuzzy fragments before that. So if you are absolutely certain you remember your first birthday, the cake, the candle, the faces, it is, most likely, a gorgeous reconstruction. Sorry about that. But here's the reframe that I actually love. Those blank years were not wasted, and they were not empty. They were the most important years you will ever live. In that silence, you learned to see, to move, to trust other people, and to speak. You didn't just make memories in there. You built the entire machine that makes them. A baby's job was never to remember. It was to become the person who could. So that blank at the very start of your life isn't a glitch. It's the receipt for the biggest thing you will ever build, you. If your brain enjoyed rummaging for memories that aren't there, smash that like button, subscribe to Curious Doodle, and go ask somebody what you were like before you can remember.